it would give a whole new meaning to the word handy. Hey guys, what's up? It's Kelly again and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is sponsored by my boyfriend Misha, who is coming out with a new video game, and in the spirit of this event we decided to talk to you guys about technology. Jazz hands. There we go. And by we, I mean mostly Misha, because he's definitely the expert when it comes to this subject. Guys, there is a huge cultural divide happening between the US and Germany when it comes to technology. And no, we're not talking about the lifelong battle between iPhones and Androids, but instead we're going to focus on the lack of European tech giants.
Hey guys, this is actually a topic that I wanted to talk about for a long time. Because if we look at the biggest tech companies in the world that impacts our lives as a consumer, it's Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Facebook, Samsung, Intel, Netflix, Tencent, and Alibaba. Well, and then we realize, wait a minute, not a single company on that list is from Europe. Even my beloved Nokia is now made by a Chinese company. The smallest company on that list is actually Netflix, which is valued at $240 billion US, and it is bigger than Germany's biggest company.
Wait, you mean that it's bigger than Volkswagen, for example?
It's bigger than Volkswagen, Audi, BMW, all German companies.
Wow. What's this company called?
SAP.
SAP. Never heard of it.
Yeah, that's the biggest one.
Huh.
They do they do software, but they don't do anything in the consumer section.
But wait, so if I understand this correctly, you mean to tell me that Netflix, which 10 years ago was mailing people DVDs, like literally mailing people DVDs, they're now bigger than Germany's biggest company? Exactly.
This really highlights that there might be a problem when it comes to innovation in Germany. The biggest names when it comes to consumer technology in Germany are what?
I have no idea.
Trivago, Xing, Zalando.
I still have no idea. I've never heard of those companies before.
Those are not exactly global players, if you ask me. Yeah, and if I think about Europe's most successful experts of anything that influenced the international digital landscape, I'm thinking about companies like Ubisoft.
Oh, you worked for them.
Yeah, I did. And I'm thinking about Minecraft, I'm thinking about Skype. And the last two of those are now owned by Microsoft.
Whoop whoop. So, Misha, what is happening with Germany and Europe, and why is it so different from the US?
Spending time in the US, it became apparent that the US is simply the country of innovation. Innovative companies like Amazon, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Uber, Tesla, WeWork originated all from the US. And they have a massive impact on our daily lives.
I mean, you're watching a YouTube video right now, which is owned by Google.
Yeah.
So it's having an impact on you right now.
So it seems to me like every new and exciting and disruptive idea comes from the US right now. Yeah, I'm currently in the visiting DC. And I was really surprised by the number of electric scooter companies that are located in DC. What is about all those electric scooters, you might ask? There are companies in the US dumping those electric scooters on every street corner, which you can rent. You walk up to the scooter and unlock it with your phone, and you can scoot around with it until you get bored. Just leave it at the sidewalk and walk away. There are like 5 companies in DC right now that are doing exactly that. Is that even legal?
Nobody knows.
If you forget your wallet at the grocery store, you just hold up your phone against the cash register and pay with it. Hands down, the best thing about the US is its technological edge and its startup culture.
I mean, really, it's unlike anything that I saw when I was living in Germany, because in Germany it seemed like the politicians and the regulations were always ahead of businesses. In the US, I would say it's quite the opposite. There are businesses and Congress is desperately trying to keep up with these startups because there aren't regulations in place for these.
So we live in a building, and this building has a lot of communal areas where you just can hang out or work. I get to talk to my neighbors a lot, and it seems like everybody in this building is a CEO of their own company, working on the next hottest thing in the US. And this is like absolutely mind-boggling to me that everybody wants to get something started. And I'm super jealous about that culture. So again, Germany, what is happening?
Great question.
First of all, you can't just dump scooters in German street corners. That would definitely break some laws, and
You would get yelled at.
I would probably get yelled at a lot. And you can't just drive around in an Uber, because therefore, for Uber, you need a Personenbeförderungsschein.
What is that?
Exactly. We definitely have some government regulations that makes it harder on businesses to be innovative or disruptive. But this is not the only thing. We got taxes. Our taxes in Germany are way higher than they are in the US. And while companies in the US, like Amazon, don't feel like paying federal income tax, I feel like people in the streets of Germany would riot and cause mayhem if companies like Audi or BMW would try to pull the same trick.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
But you might ask, hey, is that really all that it is? Government regulations and high taxes? No. If you start a company in the US, there's one expression that is somewhat prominent. You don't do it with your own money. If you want to start a business, create a business plan and look for venture capital. Outsourcing that risk enables you to simply walk away from any dumpster fire that you might have caused with your new and disruptive technology. When I started my business and started working on my own video games, I made sure to have enough money to cover my own expenses. I didn't want to risk anybody's money with my idea. That just didn't feel right to me.
Because you're so responsible.
I don't know. I don't know if that's that. But even though the government is desperate to finance startups and sits on untapped capital that just waits for you to get requested, you know, I just don't feel comfortable taking other people's money.
Is that a you thing, or do you think that's a cultural thing?
I really don't know. Speaking about my business, though, I'm currently developing a new video game that is called Run for Cover.
Run for cover! Sorry.
Exactly. It is a turn-based strategy game for Windows where you control a small team of hired guns to stop a president gone mad.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's hopefully available on Steam by now, and you can find the link in the description below. Please check it out! The last reason why I think Europe doesn't have any tech giants can be explained by a comedy bit from Louis C.K.
Oh, I remember this bit. So Louis C.K. said something about how all of the greatest human achievements were accomplished with human misery. And he talked about the pyramids and how they were built by slaves. And then he talked about cell phones today being built with the hands of, by the hands of small Chinese children.
We don't know.
Hopefully not with the hands.
Yeah, I would feel bad about that.
It would give a whole new meaning to the word handy.
Mind blown. Well, obviously not every human accomplishment is based off of human suffering. This statement somewhat resonates well with my point that American and German work ethic has a lot of differences.
Yes.
It feels like US companies like Tesla, Rockstar or BioWare regularly boast with 100-hour work weeks and the success they've managed to derive from their hard work. And I just look at those statements and I think about the human cost that is involved in that. You might be able to ship a product in time, but you definitely lose some good people in that process. So I work as a game developer for Ubisoft and as a consultant for multiple German companies. Typically, those companies treat their employees pretty well. Especially those who were organized in something we called a Betriebsrat, or somewhere even like unionized. I never experienced crunch times where I had to show up on the weekend and or work 60 hours a week, and I was pretty grateful for that. Of course, there were like instances where I had to stay a little longer to finish something up because there was a deadline, but that was more of an exception than something that was expected from me on a regular basis.
Must be nice.
So how does the future of technology companies look like in Germany or even Europe? It really comes down to what we want to do as a society. Do we want to prevent companies from exploiting its employees, or do we want to make sure that the next Google, Apple, Facebook is made in Germany? While I love that Germany protects its people from exploitation and social injustice, I am also really scared about the reality that German companies struggle to be a part of the digital landscape of the world. So nowadays, our digital landscape is completely in the hand of foreign companies and, by a logical extension, by foreign governments.
That's a good point.
I would love to see European alternatives to tech giants, because otherwise those companies can just do whatever they want. And whatever they want might not be in line with our interests or our values.
For example, if you guys were to be watching this video on a German platform, I could be freely swearing without any regard because it wouldn't matter to German advertisers like it does to American advertisers.
Fucking YouTube. So I don't know what to do about this. This isn't some inspirational TED Talk where I present a convenient solution to all our problems.
Alright guys, that's all we've got for you today. Right, Misha?
Yep.
Make sure you check out Misha's game. I will link it in the description below. And if I'm not mistaken, it's hosted on the platform Steam, right?
Exactly.
And Steam is a American platform?
It is.
I'm not surprised. If you like this video, guys, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and please comment below with your thoughts on all of the information and the perspective that Misha presented. I've never done a video on this topic before, so I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say about it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. And thanks so much to all of my patrons for all of the support you've given me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!
Bye!
Hey guys, make sure you find me on Instagram at Kelly Does Her Thing. I'm always posting stories on there that show bits of US culture, German influence in the US, and glimpses of my life in DC. I'll even post different things to supplement the content of my videos, so go find me on Instagram.